What's up guys, welcome back to another video, and in this video we are going to be talking about role-based authentication with Firestore for your Flutter applications. So we have already discussed a lot about authentication along with Firebase in our previous videos, guys. I made an entire playlist called Flutter authentication, in which I discuss various types of authentication, various authentication providers like Google, Twitter, Facebook, and all the phone authentication and all that stuff. So I'll leave a link to that playlist in the description below. But anyway, role-based authentication is not exactly a type of authentication. It's like adding an extra layer of security to certain features in your application. Say for instance, you have a normal authenticated user and an administrator. So the administrator will have access to certain areas, certain dashboards, certain pages which the normal user won't have, right? You will have an admin only area, and the normal user, even if he tries to enter the admin only area, then he won't be authorized to access that, right? That's called role-based authentication. Only users with a specific role can access certain areas of the application, and users who don't have access to that authorization to that specific area can't navigate to that specific page. So how are we going to do this in our Flutter applications, that too with the help of Firestore? Let's see in this video. It's pretty much simple if you understand the concept, guys. Since we have already discussed a lot about authentication, I'm not going to dive deep into the basics of authentication. Rather than that, I'll simply hard code a username and a password and then jump on from there. I have scaffolded out a blank application, as you can see here, and then I have gone ahead and installed a couple of dependencies. One is the Cloud Firestore dependency, and the other one is the Firebase auth dependency. Let's get back into main.dart file, and then I'll clear this entire home page. I won't be needing this. Rather than this, using this, I'll be using different pages. So I'll clear out this, and I'll create more stuff here. New file, login page.dart, and dashboard.dart, all users.dart. This is the page which all users can access, and admin only.dart. This is the page which is permitted only for the access is permitted only for administrators. And as usual, I'll have a services directory, inside which I'll have a service file. So user management dot. Here is where I'll manage the authentication state and all that. Now a lot of people were asking me is that, in my previous authentication video I showed a roundabout route for logging in a user and then checking whether the user is logged in each and every time, and also whenever the user logs out, we needed to do some stuff as well, right? For redirecting him back to the login page and all that, right? Push replacement named, something we used. If you remember, you might remember that we used something called a navigator.off context push replacement named, which will replace the existing routes in the stack with the login page route. That's a pretty much roundabout way of dealing with signing in, guys, signing in and signing out. So I'll show you a clean, simple way of doing that in this video. So let me first get into login page.dart and then add some. Once again, as I said, I'll simply have a button. Tapping on that button, I'll be logging in. That's it. I'll hard code the email and password. Then it will be very simple, right? I'll just run through this. Import package dot, not y package, import material dot import. I need to, once he is logged in. Alright, I've imported the Firebase authentication package as well. Now I'll use a stateful widget, login page, and instead of the container, I'll return a scaffold. Here I'll do app bar title text login page, fine, center title true, and body Now I have a user here with the role of admin, right? I'll use this email. All right, now we have a nice login page, and I'm simply logging in using an email and password. This user has the role admin, so this user is an administrator. Now how am I going to handle this in user management dot? Just wait and watch. Import Firebase auth once again. Import cloud firestore dot and import widgets dot for the navigator and all that. So I'll do a class user management, and inside this I'll do a widget handle auth. Many of you guys, when I talked about RxDart in one of my previous videos, you kept asking me to show a use case for the streams, right? So this is an excellent use case for that. I'll return a new stream builder. Inside this I'll give the stream as firebase auth.instance on auth state changed. Okay, whenever the authentication changes, authentication state is changed, this will read that builder, build context snapshot, and if snapshot dot has data, which means that the user is authenticated, then I should do return dashboard page. I don't have a dashboard page, right? Okay, our dashboard page will have a drawer as well, so that I can use this to navigate to other pages. So drawer If you remember, I have written an entire article on how to create a drawer for your Flutter applications, so we'll make use of most of the code from here. I can simply do a copy and paste, right? This is the drawer. Fine. Instead of about page, I'll do a all users page, and everything can remain the same. Fine, right? Oh, all users page I don't have. Fine. Now I have an all users page. I can use this in dashboard. All users page. So I have a drawer menu, the side menu, and inside that side menu I have one list item that will take me to the all users page. I'll simply go ahead and add another list title as well, which can be used for logging out. Log out, and on tap I should simply go ahead and do Firebase dot Firebase auth dot I'll use user management here as well. Alright, now that we have the sign out method here, and tapping on this, I'll automatically be using this to sign out. Now whenever this signs out also, this since we are using a stream here, we should handle that as well, right? So whenever the user signs out, I should simply return the login page. Oh, login page I don't have. Fine. I'll finish this off first. I'll get back to main.dart and then import user management here. And then inside home here I can simply use user management dot handle auth. So now you understand what exactly will happen, right? Whenever someone authenticates inside the, whenever the app loads, it will look into this function, use this function, and since there is no authenticated user, obviously the login page will be returned, which will be shown to the user. Whenever the user logs in, the snapshot dot has data will be true, and hence the this will get triggered obviously since we are using a stream. The dashboard page will be written, which means that the user will be taken from the login page to the dashboard page. Whenever the user signs out, he will be once again returned to the login page, right? So this is if you we have literally taken out all the complexity out of the sign in sign out process using a stream, right? If you use a connection state, there is something called a connection state, I think. Wait, I'll check it. If snapshot dot connection state equals connection state dot waiting. So if you use something like this, connection state dot waiting, then you can obviously show a splash screen to the user, something like a loading, please wait, or something like that. And once the loading completes, that is once the snapshot has data, then you can take him to the dashboard page. I haven't used that here, but I'm giving you the idea of how to show us a splash screen or a loading overlay before signing in the user, before actually taking the user to the dashboard page. Anyway, this is a clean way of doing, signing in and handling the signing in and sign out, easy way and clean way of handling the signing in and signing out part of your application. And next thing we need to do is authorize the access to the admin only page, right? Admin only page, I have nothing. So import material. Okay, let's get back to dashboard dot add another list tile. And here, instead of pushing in a new page, what I need to do is I'll write another function. Authorize access, and this will take context. Build context and Firebase auth dot instance dot why are we looking? Firebase Firebase auth dot instance dot current user dot then inside this I can simply do a Firestore. I don't know how many of you guys remember. I'm writing a very simple query, Firestore dot instance dot collection. What was that? Users, right? Yeah, users dot where uid is equal to user dot uid dot get document. Sorry, get documents. Once I receive these documents, all I need to do is then docs inside the documents, if docs dot documents, this will be an array dot data dot exists. There is something like exists. Yeah, this will return if there are any documents present. If this exists, then I'll simply do a once again I'll check if docs dot documents of 0 dot data of role equals admin navigator dot off context dot push root. I need a root, right? No, I need a context first and then context I gave it in off. Alright, I'll create a root now. Material page root or something I forgot. Material page root. Material page root. Material page root won't show up because I didn't import material dot that. material page root, and inside this build context. Okay, admin page won't show up here since we didn't. If the user is not an admin, not authorized. Fine. Probably we should show this not authorized inside a snack bar or something, right? And here I can simply do a user management dot authorize access of context. Now whenever the user clicks on the admin area, whenever the user taps on admin area and tries to navigate, first he'll be checked whether he's an admin. If he is an admin, he'll automatically be taken to that page. If not, it'll print not authorized and it won't take him to that page as well. Let's run this code on a device and see how this functions. Before running this code, I would like to say that I have an admin user and I have a normal user as well. I'll show both of these scenarios. Okay, I'll show both of these scenarios. All right, now we have our application opened up and we are using this particular user to log in, right? This credential is what we gave. This user is an admin user, so he should be able to access the admin area as well. I'm just tapping on login and the user has been logged in now, right? Now I'll just tap here. I have all the three options. First I'll tap on all users page. I'm taken to all users allowed page. Then I'll tap on admin area. It should authorize my request, and then it takes me to the admins only page as well. And I'll just try tapping on logout now. I'm automatically logged out, right? Now if I try to use this normal user, so I'm changing this to, what was that, test38t.com. Saving this and then running this. Now let's try tapping on login. It automatically logs in, and I'm tapping on the drawer and I'll tap on all users page. I'm taken to the all users page, no issues there. But when I try to tap on admin area, it's showing not authorized. Here you can see, right, it's printed on the console not authorized. That is, this user who is not an administrator cannot access the admin area page, right? If I tap on logout, it's automatically logging out. That's it, right? So now you get a basic idea of how to do role-based authentication in your Flutter applications, right? Obviously, I just showed you administrator and a basic user, guys. But in your application, it depends on your use case. You can have premium users, you can have professional users. You can, if say for instance, your application is for selling a product service. Okay, so you have three types of plans. One is the basic plan, and another one is the advanced plan. The third one is the professional plan, and the fourth one is a premium plan. And all these plans are priced differently, and you need to have the roles accordingly. Consider a scenario like that. So in that case, what you can do is you can simply check. I'm checking the admin here, right? Similarly, you can have all these four roles and check for which role this user has access. I mean, which role this user is part of, and then provide access to that particular page accordingly. So all this stuff you can do with role-based authorization for your Flutter applications, right? So this is one step ahead of authentication. Now we both users are authenticated. The first user was authenticated and second user was authenticated successfully as well. But the second user was not an administrator. His role was a basic user. So he was not allowed access to the admins only area page, not authorized. Whereas the first user was an administrator, and hence after authentication he was able to access all the pages in the application. This is basic role-based authentication. This is a simple way to do a role-based authentication. Obviously there are other ways, but I always try to provide simple ways so that people can easily understand and then build upon that. If you really like this video, kindly hit the thumbs up button, guys. If you like what I'm doing on this channel, kindly hit the subscribe button and then click on the bell notifications icon so that you don't miss out any of my uploads. I upload 4 to 5 videos per week, guys, and one of those videos will be a UI challenge or a video regarding animation. So yeah, stay tuned, guys. You will receive a lot of content obviously, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.